Hey there! Denise Audio claims that the new Poltergate plugin can shape your live drums and samples in a swift, creative and intuitive way. That holds up, but also there are issues. Poltergeist is a sort of a 3-in-1 plugin. It's an audio noise gate plugin, it does transient design, and it will do debleeding. The plugin has the familiar Denise Audio look and layout. There's a big frequency curve on top and individual controls per tab beneath it. This frequency display is basically your built-in sidechain filter. In short, this will enable you to shape the sound on which the gate reacts, which will then be applied to your normal audio. Poltergeist can do this next level because the sidechain frequency is very adjustable. And you can really zoom in on frequencies to let the gate work better, or let out frequencies where the gate shouldn't react on. The gate has all controls you want and some nifty extra ones. So how the gate reacts is set with the frequency display I just showed. You have your normal controls for gate, and the plugin has the handy spike option, which will let you exaggerate transients, which can help with the gate triggering. And you can sync the release to the tempo of the project if you want that for exact timings and creative usage. This all can be flipped, so the plugin works as a ducker instead of a gate. Handy on overheads and such to dip the snare in the overheads and leave room for the closed snare mic so you have less phase issues between overheads and snare. Things get more interesting when you start to use the dynamics. This is something which makes this gate plugin stand out from all other gate plugins. You can dial in punch, fatness and enable clipping and set the attack and duration of this dynamics processing, which absolutely opens up creative options and sound shaping. It really does help your samples and audio to punch through. The debleeding options only work when you set the gate threshold. For me it would have been great if this had its own threshold, independent of the rest of the plugin, because then one algorithm is not doing all the work, but you can stack processing where each effect can do its job a bit better. But then you can of course use 2 instances of Poltergate to achieve that. Where the plugin breaks apart for me is on more complex and difficult audio material. Let me tell you why. My go-to plugin for quick and dirty gating, debleeding and more is Fabfilter Saturn 2, which is a multi-band saturation and distortion plugin. If you want to clean up this snare, so that means less cymbals and keeping most of the little snare rolls intact, I create a frequency band for the high frequency, turn down the gate and play with the crossover point. I can add another band if I want to fine-tune more and another to roll off the low end. Compensate the output level and then it will go from this to this. Now with Poltergate I cannot even get close to the result I can get with Saturn 2. And Poltergate is made for this kind of work. There are artifacts happening as you can hear. Also, the gate seems way more jumpy on this sound example. Saturn 2 can do that with hardly any effort. So that is somewhat of a letdown for me. Nevertheless, I think Denise Audio has, once again, made something which is pretty unique. You have to decide for yourself if the plugin will be useful on the audio material you use. The video displayed on screen and linked in the description could be your desert island plugin. I'll see you in that video.